At the start of the story, we see a city called Shanghai. A mother is holding her baby and feeding him breast milk. She says, "Once you're changed in full, you must drift off to sleep. Mommy's so jealous, I've lost so many nights staying up to care for you. But as long as you grow up healthy, it's all worth it." Suddenly, we see some notifications. Energy 1, Energy 2, Energy 3. The main character thinks, I transmigrated into a novel with a brain that's not even fully developed yet. A system prompt appears. Name, Lin Zikin. Age, 33. Despio level, ordinary rank 1. Bio aptitude, none. He chuckles and thinks, I've even got a golden cheat sheet. Lin Zikin. Age, 3 months. His father says, baby's kicking again. No crying, no fussing, what a sweet little angel. Just look at him. He was clearly born with talent. One day, he'll be a luffy gang fighter, or at the very least, a cry cyborg. We see another system prompt. Parents, Lin Yanshengfa, Wangsen. Mother. Achievement, kicked 10,000 times. Reward unlocked, bio aptitude obtained. Use it or lose it. Keep training the same body part and it will grow endlessly stronger, but it can never surpass the limit. He thinks, at just 3 months old, I completed my very first system task. With use it or lose it, I can feel my strength increasing. But what the heck are gang fighters and cyborgs supposed to be? Could it be superhumans? There's a flash of light, images of Xenos and cyborgs appear. He wonders, or maybe, Iron Man? Lin Zikin. Age, for months. In an empty room, he thinks. By 4 months, I could already sit and crawl. To avoid freaking out my parents, I only train at night. The system says, you are crawling. Vitality 1, Coordination 1. Crawling Proficiency 1. Lin Zikin. Age, 5 months. System, you are walking. Vitality 1. Coordination 1. Walking Proficiency 1. He thinks, with use it or lose it, I learned to walk at just 5 months. Lin Zikin. Age, 6 months. He's sitting on the couch with his parents. He thinks, I'm 6 months old now. At least I can crawl and sit in front of my parents without raising suspicions. Suddenly, breaking news flashes on TV. Zen Fusser and the cyborgs have joined forces to fight beasts. He stares at the screen wide-eyed and thinks, that was the first time I realized the Earth isn't the same as I once knew. He reflects, to be precise, this Earth has mutated. Countless terrifying unknown creatures have appeared, creatures humans call beasts. To fight them, humans developed 2 paths over decades. 1, mechanical incisions transform the body using technology to crush beasts like cyborgs. 2, genetic fusion merge beast genes, inherit their powers, fight magic with magic. Luckily, I have the system. I just need to grow steadily, evolve in secret, and survive this dangerous world. One day, he suddenly turns around and sees a woman. She says, hello, I'm Shuming. We just moved in next door. This is a little gift, and this is my husband, Shi Zhang, and our daughter, Shen Qinghan. Please take care of us. He thinks she would become my very first friend in this world. But back then, I had no idea our fates would one day be tightly bound together. He looks at the girl and thinks, Shen Qinghan. Age, 7 months. The system prompts, you are jumping. Vitality 1, leg strength 1. Jump strength 1. Jumping technique 1. You are running. Vitality 1. Coordination 1. Running speed 1. He jumps and lands on the ground in a very cool pose. While playing with a toy, another system prompt appears. You are babbling. Speech 1. Language ability 1. Expression 1. He thinks, with use it or lose it, by 7 months I had already mastered running, jumping, and even speaking. Lin Zikin. Age, 8 months. System, you are doing sit-ups. Sit-up proficiency 1. Core strength 1. He thinks, by 8 months, I could already do sit-ups and push-ups. I only dared train when my parents weren't around. But as the saying goes, walk by the river long enough, and you will get your feet wet. Sure enough. Today, the accident happened. Suddenly, while doing sit-ups, his mom walks in and sees him. she exclaims. What the? The baby is doing sit-ups? No, I must have been writing too much lately. This has to be a hallucination. The next scene shows Lin Zikin sleeping peacefully. He thinks, thank goodness I talked my way out of it. I need to be more careful next time. A few days later, his mother shouts from the living room. Jiang Wanxin, honey, something huge happened. Come quickly. Lin Yansheng rushes over and says, what is it? She points at the baby and exclaims, how does our 8-month-old baby have abs? Zikin thinks, my aptitude was always good, but abs at 8 months? This is too much. His father stares in disbelief and mutters, damn it, I get it now. Then he proudly declares, honey, could it be? Our son is a once-in-a-lifetime prodigy? Looks like our Zikin's future is limitless. At the very least, he'll become a gene fuser. Worst case, a cyborg. We see a note appear. Lin Yansheng profession, male fiction novelist. Zikin smirks inwardly, thinking, I almost got exposed. Who knew they'd just assume I'm a genius? Having 2 novelist parents is seriously lucky. Meanwhile, big news shakes the world. In Kyoto's 1,000-year martial clan, a prodigy was born with divine strength, lifting a 20 kilograms dumbbell at 2 years old. The news anchor shows the child on TV. Jiang Wanxin proudly says, my Zikin is amazing too. He won't lose to those so-called prodigy clans. She strokes his hair while Zikin thinks, that's mom for you, always sharp-eyed. But when I'm 2, will I really be able to lift 20 kilograms with one hand? 2 years later, a storage room. Lin Zikin, now 2 years old, casually lifts a 20 kilograms box with one hand. He thinks, with use it or lose it, I can now easily lift 20 kilograms with one hand. Suddenly, a voice shouts from outside. Zikin, where are you? Come out and play. He brushes off the dust, adjusts his clothes, and opens the door. Standing there is a cute little girl holding a bowl of food. She says softly, Zikin, third, eat this. He replies, thanks, you eat it. He thinks, Zikin same age as me still talks in broken baby words. With our mental gap, we don't really play together. She eats, then sleeps, while I squeeze every moment for training. We see Zikin doing push-ups with the girl sitting on his back. He thinks, still, we stayed close, and she just happened to make the perfect weight training accessory for me. But that accessory came with a little problem. Zikin shouts, Mom. The girl giggles and licks her fingers. Lin Zikin age, 3 years. He lifts a 40 kilograms weight. He thinks, by 3 years old, I could lift 40 kilograms. That's 40 kilograms in one hand. Breaking news appears. Kyoto's 4-and-a-half-year-old prodigy can lift a 30 kilograms dumbbell in one hand. Zikin smirks. I've already surpassed them. The system interface shows. Name Lin Zikin. Age 3 years. Bio level ordinary rank 1. Bio aptitude use it or lose it. He thinks, even now, still at ordinary rank 1. So what does rank 2 look like? Beyond human limits? I have to find out. With that question in mind, he steps outside for the first time in this world. His eyes widen as he sees towering cyborgs and gene-fused warriors on the streets. So those people, they must be gene fusers and cyborgs. Soon after, he visits the library for answers. Jiang Wanxin calls out, Zikin, the children's section is over here. Where are you going? Beside her, Shen Qinghan the waifu runs after him and says, Zikin, wait for me. The mothers exchange glances. Jiang Wanxin, why does my son love books so much? Qinghan's mother, must be the genes of top students. Qinghan offers cookies. Zikin, I brought cookies. Want one? He replies, thanks, but I want to read. You eat them. He thinks, through reading, I started piecing together the truth about this mutated world. Ancient tales and mysterious ruins recorded that this world is divided into bio-levels. Ordinary, advanced, Re-Reepak, legendary, Mythicalic level is split into 9 stages. Ordinary humans are stuck at the first stage. Compared to higher beings, we are less than ants. He clenches his fists. Looks like I'll have to speed up if I want to survive in this dangerous world. System notification. You are reading. Spirit 1. Comprehension. Knowledge 1. Achievement unlocked. Read 1 million words. Reward. New bio aptitude. Heavenly insight. Progress. 10,086 1 million. He smirks. The system really gets me. It gave me a new mission. From now on, and train both brain and body. Lin Zicken age. For years. Progress. 43.96 million 1 billion words read. He never slacks off, balancing physical training and mental growth. At 4 years old, he begins kindergarten life with Shen Qinghan. Not long after starting, he advances to ordinary rank 2, and can now lift 80 kilograms in one hand. System prompt. Name, Min Zicken. Age, 4 years. Bio level, ordinary rank 2. Bio aptitude, use it or lose it. Stats, standing jump 1.2 meters. 100 meter sprint under 11 seconds. He thinks stats like these would shock ordinary adults, let alone kindergartners. But with great power comes great responsibility. At that moment, we see the kindergarten filled with children bullying our waifu. How dare they? She was only 4 years old, yet the whole class surrounded her, chanting, "Bed wetter, bed wetter." Shen Qinghan's eyes filled with tears. At that moment, my blood boiled. How could I just stand there and watch? I clenched my fists, then stomped on the ground with all my strength. Boom! A huge wave of aura exploded from me. The shockwave rippled across the room, scattering chairs and toys. Everyone froze in terror as the pressure crashed down on them like a tidal wave. Their faces turned pale, their legs trembled. Daddy, I'm scared. Mommy, oh mommy, I want to go home. The entire kindergarten was in chaos. Some kids even started crying so hard they hiccuped. And then, Shen Qinghan looked at me, her big round eyes shimmering with admiration. One of the kids stammered, "I won't do it again. I swear, I'm never coming back to kindergarten." Just then, a familiar sound echoed in my mind. Ding! You used intimidation. Fear struck the entire class. Title unlocked. Kindergarten boss. Achievement. Conquered. 9-year compulsory education. Other titles appeared as well. Kindergarten boss. Elementary school top dog. Middle school tyrant. I smirked to myself. Who knew one stomp would trigger a new quest? And I haven't even finished the last one. Looks like quests can run in parallel in this world. That's good news. Ding. Achievement complete. Read 100 million words. New bio aptitude obtained. Heavenly insight. Effect. Perfect memory. Learning ability at the peak of humanity. I sat cross-legged with an open book and thought. Half a year later, I finally completed the reading quest and obtained heavenly insight. From that day on, my learning ability reached the absolute peak of human capability. Time flew by. Soon, we turned 7 and celebrated our kindergarten graduation. Cameras flashed as parents crowded around for photos. During the vacation before elementary school, I didn't waste a single day. I pushed my limits lifting 200 kilograms dumbbells, smashing past old records. My vertical jump broke the 2-meter mark, and my 100-meter sprint clocked in at 7.98 seconds. With heavenly insight, I've already finished most elementary coursework on my own, I thought, glancing at my notebooks filled with advanced formulas. Hopefully, I can unlock elementary school top dog soon. The first day of elementary school arrived. Sunshine Elementary, Sunhai City. The sun was bright, the air crisp, and I stood at the gates with quiet confidence. At last, my elementary school life begins, I thought. Since I've already started middle school and even high school material, elementary competitions should be a breeze. But theory means nothing. The real battlefield is the world itself. Before long, I was on stage, holding a gold trophy and a certificate. Cheers erupted from the crowd. My aunt grinned and said, "Well done, Zicken. Next week's language competition is coming up. You'd better keep it up." At school, whenever I had time, I tutored Shen Qinghan. "Read with me," I said patiently. She tried, stuttering, "Grandmother." "Wrong, wrong again." "You're still wrong," corrected her. Qinghan wasn't especially gifted, I thought as I gently patted her head. but she was sweet and determined. After one semester, she managed to improve her ranking. And of course, number one was still me. To unlock the title faster, I joined every sports event and shattered record after record. My name dominated the school bulletin board. Just when I thought elementary school would pass smoothly with studies and training, something unexpected happened. A new transfer student appeared. The classroom buzzed with excitement as the teacher smiled and announced, "Today, us will welcome a new transfer student. Everyone, give a warm welcome to Bai Zhu." A hush fell over the room as a girl with skin pale as snow and hair like shimmering silk walked in. The moment she stepped inside, I sensed something off. Her presence wasn't ordinary. That aura. I narrowed my eyes. It doesn't feel human. She walked gracefully, her eyes cold, and sat behind me. Shen Qinghan tugged at my sleeve and whispered softly, "Zikin, her hair is so pretty, like snowflakes in winter." I didn't answer. My thoughts were elsewhere. Could she be a descendant of gene fusers? Or something even rarer? For days, Bai Zhu spoke to no one. She never laughed, never joined any games. When class ended, she simply rested her hand on her desk, motionless, like a porcelain doll. She barely even went to the bathroom. At first, everyone was curious about her. Some even took photos, trying to talk to her. But as time passed, they gave up. Her silence was like an icy wall no one could cross. And yet, deep inside, I knew this girl was hiding something big. The classroom slowly returned to its usual liveliness, and Bai Zhu resumed her silent, motionless state at her desk. Days turned into weeks, and eventually, a month passed without incident. Until that day, that quest, the fragile piece, was shattered again. It began when Bai Zhu suddenly let out a strange sound during class. A thick white liquid dripped from her mouth onto the desk. Its smell hit us instantly, sharp, foul, unbearable. "What the heck is that stuff?" someone yelled. "Ugh, it stinks so bad." Another voice chimed in, "That liquid looks kinda familiar." "Gross." Laughter erupted. "Geez, Bai Zhu, you're not so pure anymore." Then, one boy took it too far. He swaggered up to her desk with a bottle of water and poured it over her head. "I'm such a nice guy. Here, let me wash you up. A little rinse will do you good." The freezing water drenched her hair, soaking her uniform. Bai Zhu sat there in silence, teeth clenched, fists trembling, her pale face turned red with humiliation. The class exploded with cruel laughter. Tears streamed down her cheeks. I froze, stunned. What is going on? I thought Bai Zhu was supposed to be dangerous. Then why? Why is she crying? Beside me, Shen Qinghan tugged at my sleeve, her voice soft but firm. "Zikin, poor Bai Zhu. Can we please help her?" I took a deep breath. Yeah, why not? Inside, I was still conflicted. I still don't know what her deal is, but right now she's just a weak little girl being bullied. That's all that matters. I strode forward and grabbed the bully's shoulder. My grip tightened like an iron claw. "Guanqing," I said coldly, my voice low and dangerous. "Wipe the water off Bai Zhu's desk. Now." The boy froze. He turned to look at me and his face went white. "And no problem. I'll do it right away," he stammered, pulling out a handkerchief with trembling hands. His thoughts were practically written across his face. Damn, even the 6th graders don't mess with this guy. And I had to pick a fight? He quickly wiped her desk clean, his heart pounding. I let go of his shoulder and straightened up. My eyes swept across the room like a predator scanning its prey. "Everyone who bullied Bai Zhu," I said slowly, each word carrying the weight of a threat, "get over here. Apologize. Right now." There was silence, then chaos. One by one, the kids lined up, bowing their heads. "We're sorry, Bai Zhu. Please forgive us. We'll never do it again." She stared in shock as the whole class apologized. Her tears finally stopped. Her lips trembled. "Ling Zikin, Shen Qinghan, thank you so much," she whispered. Shen Qinghan smiled sweetly and said, "Don't mention it. Classmates are supposed to help each other, you know." From that day on, Shen Qinghan started dragging me along whenever she tried to befriend the white-haired girl. Whenever she had snacks, she shared them with Bai Zhu first. One afternoon, Bai Zhu suddenly asked, I smell bad, don't I? Aren't you disgusted by me? She lowered her head in shame. I'm sorry. It's not that I didn't trust you. It's just, ever since I was little, people have always hated me, treated me like I was cursed. So having someone by my side, for the first time, it feels like a dream. Shen Qinghan shook her head firmly. No, Bai Zhu, this isn't a dream. I don't care what anyone says, I'll never be disgusted by you. As long as you're willing, we'll be friends forever. Tears welled up in Bai Zhu's eyes. She suddenly hugged Qinghan tightly. Thank you so much. Then she reached into her pocket and pulled out a small necklace. This pair of beast fangs was my birthday gift from my mother last year. I want you to have it. I hope we can be friends forever. The necklace glimmered faintly under the classroom lights. Shen Qinghan accepted it with a smile. Yes, we'll be friends forever. For a moment, it felt like something precious had formed between us. But life has a way of breaking dreams. Just when we thought things would stay like this, the unexpected happened. One day, Shen Qinghan came running to me, her face pale. Zikin, what are they saying? Bai Zhu, transferred? I clenched my fists. It's true. I saw her filling out the withdrawal form with my own eyes. Beside her stood a man, a massive figure clad in metallic armor, radiating an aura that screamed cyborg. The man handed an envelope to the headmaster and said in a deep voice, Sorry for the trouble. The headmaster waved it off. Don't mention it. All of Bai Zhu's paperwork is in order. Her information will remain completely confidential. I stood there silently, watching Bai Zhu walk away. So, her identity really isn't simple after all. From that day on, I never saw her again. Maybe she was just someone passing through my childhood. Night fell. Compared to Bai Zhu's sudden disappearance, what happened next truly captured my attention. Mom, is the pressure okay? I asked, my hands working expertly on her shoulders. She let out a sigh of relief. Ah, perfect. Thank goodness I have my Zikin to massage me after typing all day. I smirked. Never thought professional massage techniques would come in handy this soon. Then breaking news flashed across the TV. Kyoto prodigy strikes again. The screen showed a boy, barely 10 years old, lifting a massive boulder with one hand. The reporter's voice rang out. At just 10 years old, he successfully fused with an abomination beast gene, allowing him to lift a 1,000 kilograms boulder with ease. My eyes widened. They've already started gene fusion? Dad walked out of the bathroom, towel around his neck. That Kyoto prodigy again? He's on TV every other day. What are they trying to do, turn him into some kind of influencer? Mom scoffed. He's from a 1,000-year-old martial arts family. Of course, they have access to advanced gene fusion tech. But that doesn't mean using your own kid as an experiment is right. Dad shrugged. For families like that, the family name comes before the individual. That's how they've survived for centuries. I stared at the screen, thoughts racing. Before fusion, that kid could only lift 100 kilograms with one hand. After fusion, 500 kilograms. A 5-fold increase. But me, I'm only 8. And I can already lift 300 kilograms with one hand without any gene fusion. Mom and Dad were still bickering in the background as I calculated in my head. If that's their peak with fusion, then my potential is even greater. I was feeling pretty confident until the next headline appeared. Breaking news. A devastating attack has occurred in a neighboring country. Eyewitnesses report an unidentified individual believed to be a mutated giant has destroyed an entire residential block. Footage rolled. A towering figure, its body a twisted mix of flesh and metal, rampaged through the streets. Screams echoed as flames engulfed buildings. A woman's desperate voice cut through the chaos. Help me, someone, please. The camera zoomed in. Just before the monster grabbed her in its massive claws and devoured her whole. The news stated, our investigation confirms that heretics are behind the secret, abhorrent rat attack, fanning the flames from the shadows. There was an old man, and many people pointed him out. This old man gave a lecture at a conference. The news continued. We call upon other nations to aid our Sakura country in exterminating these heretics together. This so-called cult is an anti-human organization founded by traitors to humanity. For their own selfish gain, they have become the lapdogs of the abhorrent beasts, launching attacks on our world. Zikin watched carefully behind the scenes as his father quietly asked his mother for forgiveness. Good thing I was born in a powerful country, Zikin thought to himself. It's relatively stable here. I can keep laying low and getting stronger. Suddenly, his face turned pale when he heard a loud noise. Was that a sonic boom outside my window? He wondered. He rushed to the window, yanked open the curtains, and saw countless people flying through the air in high-tech suits. Why are so many special cyborgs flying around at this hour? I hope nothing bad is happening, he muttered. The next morning, Zikin and Kinghan were getting ready to go to school. Let's hurry, we're going to be late, Zikin said. Zikin, sorry to keep you waiting, Kinghan replied. As he looked at her, he suddenly noticed something. Your beast fang, it's growing, he exclaimed. It really is? Kinghan said, startled. Could it be the fang of an aberrant beast? Zikin muttered, frowning. He thought to himself, so this is why I've been sensing a faint non-human aura from Kinghan. It must be coming from this fang. The glow from it only lasted for a moment, so we didn't think much about it at first. But between the cyborgs gathering last night and this strange glow, I have a bad feeling something big is about to happen. Suddenly, a woman with fiery red hair, a black dress, and a dangerously alluring figure appeared. As Zikin and Kinghan passed by, she smiled and said, "Wow, what adorable kids. Are you brother and sister?" Kinghan quickly replied, "We're not siblings. We're childhood friends. Best friends, actually." The woman laughed softly. "Childhood friends? I'm so jealous. I wish I had one too. By the way, are you two going to school by yourselves? Where are your mom and dad?" Her questions felt suspicious. Kinghan began, "Our mom and dad, but before she could finish, Zikin grabbed her hand. "Stop talking. We're going to be late. Let's go," he said firmly. As he dragged her away, a voice shouted from behind, "Hey, don't just answer random questions from strangers, okay?" "Got it," Kinghan replied. Later, after school, as they were walking home, Kinghan looked around uneasily. "Zikin, it's way too quiet in this alley. It feels creepy," she whispered. He explained, "This whole area is scheduled for demolition next week. Everyone's already moved out, which is why it's so silent." Suddenly, a voice rang out, echoing through the empty alley. Well, you kids are finally out of school," a woman sneered. "Shing, never mind. I've got the kids here," she called to someone. Zikin's eyes narrowed. "It's her." I deliberately took Kinghan on a different route home to avoid her, but she still followed us, he thought. The woman approached with a mischievous smile. "Hey, kid, I've got lots of tasty treats at my place. Want to come over and play?" Beside her stood a bald, heavily built man, who snorted, "This hag talks too much crap." He then rushed forward, shouting, "Just knock them out and drag them away. Let's sell them for cash and be done with it." Zikin immediately took a fighting stance. As the man lunged, Zikin's fist slammed into his chest with explosive force. The man coughed up a mouthful of blood, flying backward and crashing into a wall behind the red-haired woman. She froze, stunned. Impossible. Completely impossible. How could an elementary schooler send a grown man flying like that? She thought, trembling. The man lay on the ground, coughing blood relentlessly. Before the woman could react, Zikin closed the distance and struck her hard in the face, twisting her features in pain. Zikin grabbed a nearby brick, his mind racing. There are no cameras around here. To avoid future trouble, I have to finish them off. I don't want to do this, but if they tell anyone what happened, my powers will be exposed, and my plan to stay low and grow stronger will be ruined. Suddenly, the ground shook violently. What's going on? An earthquake? Zikin thought in alarm. The tremors intensified, and then, with a deafening roar, a gigantic aberrant rat emerged. Its massive body dwarfed them, making them look like ants in comparison. The beast lunged forward and, in one horrifying bite, devoured half of the red-haired woman's body. "This is bad. We have to run," Zikin shouted. He scooped Kinghan into his arms as she cried out in terror. "Zikin, what is that thing?" "A giant, aberrant rat," he said grimly. He sprinted away at full speed. "We need to get to safety now," Kinghan screamed. Suddenly, a figure streaked past them, a cyborg woman. She soared through the air and charged directly at the monstrous rat. "A cyborg? She's so fast," Zikin muttered in awe. The cyborg raised her glowing arm and shouted, "Charging complete." A surge of energy burst forth as she cried, "Accelerate smoke." Explosions erupted like a series of bombs, engulfing the rat in fire. The beast howled in pain, thrashing wildly as drool poured from its maw. In one swift motion, the cyborg sliced through the creature's neck, ending the battle. Later, at home, Zikin sat on the couch, staring at the TV in deep thought. That cyborg's level probably wasn't very high, he mused. I had already weakened the aberrant rat with the tranquilizer dart, yet it still took her 7 full minutes of close combat to finish it off. These giant aberrant rats are terrifying. Adult ones grow over 3 meters long, and their biological level can rival a 5th-year warrior. He clenched his fists. "Good thing I managed to escape yesterday. Looks like I really need to increase my training intensity." We saw Zikin working out intensely. Sweat dripped down his body as a cold, mechanical system prompt echoed in his mind. Weighted squats completed. Vitality 2, leg muscle strength 2, squat proficiency 1. Zikin exhaled deeply, his legs trembling slightly from the effort. Although the threat of aberrant rats still exists, life has to go on as usual, he thought. Soon, Kinghan and Zikin celebrated their 9th birthday with their families. After making wishes, they exchanged gifts. Thanks to Zikin's celestial root of wisdom, he had taught himself to carve a wooden harpin overnight as a gift for Kinghan. Her eyes sparkled with joy as she held it. "Thank you, Zikin. This harpin is so pretty. I love it." Time flew by in the blink of an eye. They graduated from elementary school and stepped into middle school. At the graduation ceremony, a glowing achievement list appeared before Zikin. Achievement unlocked. Dominate the 9 years of compulsory education. Reward. Biological attribute survival of the fittest. Titles unlocked. Kindergarten Kid King. Elementary school top dog. Middle school overlord not yet unlocked. Zikin's heart thumped with excitement. "I'm so close to unlocking the middle school overlord title, and once I do, I'll finally obtain the survival of the fittest biological attribute." Relentless training. During the school break, to unlock the title faster and improve his strength, Zikin trained with high-intensity workouts every day. The system prompts constantly echoed in his mind. You completed 1,000 weighted push-ups. Vitality 2,000. Arm muscle strength 2,000. Chest muscle strength 2,000. Push-up proficiency 1,000. With a massive boulder strapped to his back, Zikin gritted his teeth and continued to push himself beyond his limits. Finally, he thought, muscles trembling, just before school starts, my biological level has successfully broken through to ordinary 3rd year. Another system notification rang out. You ran 10 kilometers with interval training. Vitality 4,396. Stamina 1,000. Body coordination 1,000. Running speed 1,000. Running technique 1,000. His stats skyrocketed. Now, he could lift 700 kilograms with one hand, jump 4 meters vertically, and run 100 meters in just 6 seconds. Zikin wiped the sweat from his forehead, thinking, I wonder what level that Kyoto prodigy is at now. Coincidentally, a TV report aired that very night. The 14-year-old Kyoto prodigy, who fused with giant ant genes, can now lift over 2,000 kilograms alloy blocks with one hand, the reporter said excitedly. Zikin analyzed it calmly. The giant ant gene fusion multiplies strength by at least 4 to 8 times. Even at the lowest multiplier of 4x, his natural strength before fusion is only around 400 kilograms, which means I'm still stronger than him without any gene fusion. He smirked as he bit into an apple. If I get gene fusion in the future, I'll leave him in the dust. Middle school begins. The next day was bright and sunny. Since I was the top student in the city during elementary school, every principal in town tried to recruit me, Zikin thought. In the end, he accepted the invitation from Shanghai Middle School, on the condition that Kinghan could be placed in the same class as him. During registration, both the principal and his homeroom teacher personally came to welcome him. Zikin, we are counting on you to bring honor to our school, they said, eagerly. Various teachers encouraged him. You can do it, Zikin. The principal has high hopes for you. Zikin only smiled politely before slipping away. The real reason I chose this school is because of its top-class athletic facilities, he thought. Badminton showdown. Later, Zikin and Kinghan stood side by side on the badminton court. Han, ready? Zikin asked. Let's get started, Kinghan said excitedly, swinging her racket. The match began, but just then, a hand snatched the shuttlecock mid-air. A tall upperclassman sneered. You must know this court is reserved for us upperclassmen. Other boys behind him jeered. But this little junior can stay. We'll take turns sparring with him. One laughed. Another added, yeah, we'll even give you some one-on-one lessons. Kinghan frowned. Even if you're upperclassmen, you still have to follow the rules. We were here first. Zikin stepped forward coldly. You heard her. Back off. I don't need to explain the first come, first serve rule, do I? The leader smirked arrogantly. Even if the Jade Emperor himself came first, this court belongs to me today. From now on, my rules apply here. Zikin's gaze sharpened. From now on, my rules apply. In one fluid motion, he leaped into the air and struck the shuttlecock with such speed that it blurred. It shot past the net and grazed the upperclassman's cap, sending it spinning into the air. The bully froze, face pale. So fast. Is he even human? The others were equally terrified. Could he be a gene fuser? No, impossible. He's way too young. If that shot had been just a little off, the boss's head would have been gone. Shaking, all three bullies bowed deeply. Sorry, we understand the rules now, we'll leave right away. They fled without looking back. Perhaps because word of the incident spread, Zikin thought. No one ever tried to bully us again after that. From then on, he and Kinghan happily played badminton without interruptions. Aside from the bigger campus and better facilities, middle school felt almost the same as elementary school for Zikin. He had already mastered the entire middle school curriculum long ago. During classes, he simply read any book that interested him. At night, after workouts, he learned various new skills online. Thanks to his celestial root of wisdom, he quickly became proficient in cooking, photography, driving, swimming, wilderness survival, and many other disciplines. Rising fame. To unlock the middle school overlord title as quickly as possible, Zikin not only ranked first in the entire school for every subject, but also represented the school in various national competitions. He won gold, silver, and bronze medals in math, physics, chemistry, and computer programming. I didn't dare to take first place in everything. I need to keep a low profile, he thought. Summer passed in a flash, but the title still hadn't been unlocked. However, because of his outstanding performance, Zikin gained a massive fangirl following. Everywhere he went, crowds of girls watched him with shining eyes. But Zikin simply sighed. I have no interest in them. Aside from tutoring Kinghan, all my focus is on the upcoming school sports festival. The sports festival. If I dominate the sports festival, that should be enough to unlock the middle school overlord title, he thought confidently. He entered 3 main events: high jump, shot put, sprint 100m dash. These events represented strength, jumping ability, and speed. Even while holding back to avoid suspicion, Zikin's performance stunned the entire school. He easily took first place in every category. Suddenly, as he stood atop the podium, a powerful energy surged through him. A system notification rang out. Academic and athletic achievements have dominated the entire school, leaving all others in the dust. You have successfully unlocked the Middle School Overlord. Titles unlocked. Kindergarten Kid King. Elementary School Top Dog. Middle School Overlord. Achievement completed. Dominate the 9 years of compulsory education. Reward obtained. Biological attribute survival of the fittest. Zikin's eyes widen. The title, it's finally unlocked.